Obviously, the big question everybody's asking is about the contract, the July 15 deadline. Let's hear some of what Kirk had to say.
I talk about as a quarterback getting experience and getting reps. I feel like when it comes to the contract, I've gotten reps now. I'm getting used to answering questions and going through this now the second time through, so I'm not a rookie anymore when it comes to this stuff. So it's a similar deal here too, but it's been very positive. I've had really positive conversations with everybody involved throughout the process this offseason, and feel like everybody's on the same page. And I really have nothing further to add from what's already been said. So I feel good about where I'm at, where this team, my teammates are at, and so just to kind of move forward, and we'll see what happens come July 15th. It'll be a telling date as it was last summer.
Now, does that sound like an angry guy who can't wait to get out of here, who just is resentful and hateful of the organization and can't wait to hightail it to Kyle Shanahan?
No, it sounds like a rich guy who can't lose
either way. Just
Yeah.
win-win. Yeah. I
don't think he's in a rush to sign a deal.
That's what he said.
I think maybe he'll take a deal. I know he said deadlines.
I'm feeling good.
I would never stop smiling.
If you were him,
I would wake up smiling. I would go to bed smiling.
I'd bet against that one.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'd bet against that
With
one.
all that money, probably not.
It would be hard to be in a bad mood.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe on Sundays when you throw picks and people are booing you, maybe then. But otherwise, your life's pretty damn good.
In the off season,
yeah, it's really good.
Can you play do you have clips of just before that when he talks about deadlines, do deals? It's right before that. Do you have that audio, Valdez? That's the only clip you have?
Is this one?
Again, with the contract, this just isn't my first time through it, so I've just kind of learned from previous experiences. And if you know my story, going back to high school, I played my senior year of high school with no scholarship offers. In fact, there was a coach here from Northwestern today who was my recruiting coach at Northwestern. He's still the running backs coach 10 years later at Northwestern. And I was being recruited by Northwestern, wanted a scholarship. They didn't offer me. And it was just a reminder that you never know what's going to happen. And he was here today, and I shook his hand and said hello and remembered them well. And Coach Fitzgerald, they're well. But you realize that, hey, they made a decision. They went, a different direction, and that's fine. And you play with that. You're just always trying to go out there, prove yourself, learn. Senior year of college, much the same way, trying to get drafted. You just go and play and see where the chips will land and try not to let it get to you. And then, the baby's due in mid-September.
No, before that. Must be before that. But anyway, I like all those quotes. It's all good stuff.
I don't put any meaning to any of this stuff.
I like it. I think it's more positive than what we have been led to believe.
I agree with what J.P. Finley said yesterday on this show, though. He's going to be around for 32 games. Now, beyond that, I don't know. I'm going to bet against the long-term deal happening this year. He'll play under the franchise tag. We'll do the dance again next year.
I don't know. The problem is the long-term deal price just goes up, too, not just for that year.
Cap goes up.
At some point, they're going to have to suck it up. Here's the craziest thought, letting him go with getting nothing in return. So that's the craziest
That would be
thing.
so red skinny if that happened.
I don't see that happening. I honestly don't see it happening. So somehow I agree. I think he will be here next year. I actually think they're going to come to an agreement. And this will add what I think. It'll be an agreement where there will be compromise on both sides. And this will be the quote from Kirk. It's some version of this. I never said I wanted to be the highest paid guy. I just wanted to be wanted. I wanted to be paid what I thought I was worth. This was a good deal for both sides. And boom, everyone's happy.
By the way,
I see that kind of quote coming out of Kirk Cousins' mouth.
Kind of sleeping on what he said right at the end. Baby's due in mid-September. What if he misses a start because of the baby being born?
We can't do that. This is professional football. We don't miss starts for babies. I'm sorry.
What if the baby's born on September 17th where they're playing at the Rams?
They hold the baby off or they induce it.
This has been the most monotonous, mind-numbing kind of mini controversy in DC sports in recent memory.
Oh, yeah. It's dragging on forever because it keeps going. Imagine if they franchise him and we have to do this for another year. We could do this dance for another year.
I know.
Well, if they franchise him, then they have to pay him $34 million. Or
in other words, they've already franchised him. Imagine if they don't come to agreement on a deal.
And they tag him again.
And we have to go. I mean, this is
they could transition tag him or they could franchise tag him. They could do either one.
But we'll know July 16th whether or not we're going to be doing this dance for another 10 to 12 months. It's going to be so sick.
It is annoying.
It really is.
I mean,
I think they're going to fix it. They're going to resolve it.
And it's all
the
Redskins doing.
I hope you're right.
It's all the Redskins doing. They could have had this rectified a year and a half ago and had it put to bed, had him under contract for what appears now to be a very reasonable number, but they chose not to. I chose to keep giving him 1-year deals.
I know.
But that's on them.
I'm telling you, if he didn't throw that pick against the Giants, didn't throw the bad interception against the Packers, they won that game.
It happens, though, man.
There would be no second guessing.
Right. These guys, there's growing pains. John Elway didn't win until the very, very end of his career. Win it all. So, I don't know, he's learning.
And everybody likes to blame the Packers' loss on Kirk. Go look at what Eddie Lacy did to the Redskins that day. Look at what that big fatty did to the defense. He was carving them up. Couldn't stop him.
By the way, that's funny you bring him up. He is tagging.
Eddie Lacy?
Yeah, he is tagging one of the servers at Don Tito.
I saw a picture of him posing with the Arlington cops like 2 or 3 days ago, right outside of Don Tito.
What's going on? Why does he have a connection here?
Don't know. Because he knows some girl that works there and he gets sized.
Maybe he was celebrating the fact that he weighed in 2 pounds under his weight